y'all, it is me, Stop, Drop, and Roll On. And I got this thing propped up here because my little thing that's normally in the window is broken. Good morning. It is 6 o'clock my time. I just got through working out for an hour on the treadmill. I got a little bit under, I'm almost at 6,000 steps for the day. And I'm glad about it. There's two ladies out here walking together. And I had an interesting morning. Like I told y'all, like yesterday, my question was about the playlist. And I thought about that off and on, throughout the day and everything. And I didn't give it like heavy thought or nothing like that, but I'm just saying. So, anywho, I went today when I got in the gym. That lady was there this morning, and she was working out and everything. She was on the bike, and she had been there. She said she couldn't sleep and all this stuff, so she had basically just came to the gym. And I just told her, I said, you probably got something, she's talking. And I was like, okay, I got to get over here. I'm not trying to be rude, but I need to get over here because I'm on a time, thing. And anyhow, we talked a little bit, and then she kept on working out. And in my case, I went ahead on and got started. And it was an interesting time. She eventually moved over to the treadmill and started talking. And I had started, I had two songs that I had determined that I was going to just see how I reacted to them when I, walked to them. And one of those songs I remember from a long time ago. And I liked the song when it first came out. But then I ended up at this pharmaceutical situation, and they literally wore the song out. It was just like, how many times can I hear this one song in a 12-hour period? It just didn't stop. And I was just, after I left from that thing, I was just like, I don't care if I don't ever hear that song again. And you know how people can like play something over and over again, and if you're not in the space for you to want to hear that like that, it just ruins it. Well, them folks ruined that song for me. And that song is by Desiree. I'm in the garage now. That's how close the gym is to me. And Desiree, You Gotta Be, that song. So I'm gonna bring y'all up here. Okay, so anyhow, that was the deal, And so I'm kind of like, okay, for some reason that song came up in my crawl. And I was just like, I haven't heard that song in a long time. And so yesterday, after I got through with work, I found the song on YouTube, and I was like, So my feelings of how I liked it when I first came out of it, liking it, came back. And I didn't have that, this is grating on my nerves type of situation going on. And so I had plugged it in. And so after that, I started playing the song. And and I was just really, I was like, yeah, okay, this is reminding me, where I was, what about 15 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. It was a while ago, let me put it like that. Just say when the song came out. All right, now when it came out, I don't know, but that's how long ago it was. And so I said, okay, song number 1 on the playlist. I already know Today Will Be a Good Day by Diane Reeves. This is like pep stuff, because when I get on the treadmill, I don't like hop on the treadmill and start out at my miles per hour that I plan on, sailing in. And I start out, and then I build up and just get my mojo going and my equilibrium and my stride going. That's just me, how I do. I could be excuse me, wrong for this, for doing it like that, but that's me. So anywho, the next thing is I decided while I'm listening to Desiree, and I listened to it like twice, and then I look up and she's on the side of me on this treadmill on the side of me, and I'm like, oh, okay, what have we here? We got us some company. Bonjour, and we she starts talking, and I don't want to be rude, so I pull the one little end out of my situation, this thing here, and I hope that thing ain't recording. If it is, y'all forgive me for all the rattling and rambling and stuff. Well, ramble I'm gonna do whether y'all know. Anyway, she starts talking, and I'm like, okay, let me pull this one earbud thing out so I don't be being rude, and I can hear her, but I can still hear my beat over here. Okay, she started talking, and then she asked me how was I able to walk without holding on to the rails. And then sometimes I put my arm up at the top of the thing, and it's just like to give my hands a rest. I'm not holding on. It's just like they just propped up. And because I don't want blood pooling in my hands, that's why your hands swell up. So when you're walking and stuff like that, and so you want to keep that circulation and stuff going and all that razzle dazzle. And she goes, well, how do you do that? And I'm like, giving and I just felt like I was kind of doing like a how to walk on the treadmill without holding on to the handrails infomercial. So I'm doing the infomercial where you do this like this and then you do this. But I'm keeping my pace because I'm not going to lose no time with this. I mean, when I say I'm trying to keep my pace going, I wasn't about to back my miles per hour down. I'm going to have to make it work. And I'm like, look, ain't in the mood for like, falling and all that kind of stuff. We don't do that. And so she was just talking and see, I think that a fleshy part of me would have thought of that as sabotage. But where I'm at kind of in my mindset now is, and I still have work to do, y'all. I ain't gonna arrive until I arrive. Until I get up in heaven, that's when I know I will have arrived. So as long as I'm down here, I'm still learning and I'm still growing and I'm still trying and working on doing better. So my thought was, what this is now is to see how hard you are working, because they always say if you can carry on a conversation but you don't want to, not because you don't want to talk to the person, but because it's a lot of work for you to converse and breathe at the same time, then you kind of can say you in your zone. And that's where I was, because that's the way I chose to look at the situation. And I was just like, everybody wants to have somebody listen to them. Some people want to, be heard. And I think that's part of some of the things, the reason why we get on YouTube. I mean, some people will not admit it, but it is true. And then sometimes you want to be heard, because I've been on some people's channels where they want to be heard, but they don't want any feedback back and stuff like that. So different people do things differently. And so this morning, it was a lesson in receiving, and then the way that I processed the receiving, because I could have really took that really in a wrong light. And I dare say that probably about 10 years ago, that's the way I would have saw that. But this morning, it was just like, I can hear you, I can respond to you, and I can also use this as something that is just a test for me. So I made it. Yeah, I was winded while I was talking, and it was all good. And then she went ahead on and left, and she was asking me about walking on inclines and stuff. And I'm like, look, you the one that dropped 100 pounds. Hey, I need to be asking you some questions. And then she started talking about this girl that was in the gym. And I just told her, I said, you know what? I have to leave stuff like that to the experts. We not in here to tear nobody down. We supposed to be building each other up. That child is young. And if she can get back there and do them Cirque du Soleil moves and do all that stuff, more power to her. And she said, I wish I would have just known now, when I was younger. And I said, well, the deal is that if you'd known it then, and I said, this is my take on it and my philosophy. Had I known now, then what I know now, I still wouldn't have known what to do with it. And depending on where my mind space was, even if I had the information, I probably would have applied it incorrectly. Or either I would have just sat on it until I got to be this age when I knew what to do with it. So where we are right now is what counts. And let's just make it work. And she said, that's the way to look at it, ain't it? And I said, well, that's the way I'm going to look at it. I said, because I can't bring that stuff back. And some of it I don't want to bring back. And the part that I want to bring back, I said, I don't think we get to pick and choose. I think we need to stay within our 24-hour time frame. Because I guarantee you that most of the time, that's plenty for me. You know, and she just started laughing. And I said, we got to look at things a different way. There is a book tomorrow I will be talking to y'all about. And I think I said something about this last week, but I'll be talking to y'all about this book. And that is, I'm going to hush my mouth now because I got to get in here. I got to call Springton. And I got to get all this salt off me and try to get the brown cotton ball dried out so I won't be going nowhere looking like somebody that probably need to be locked up and all those type of things. I will talk to y'all later. Move your meat. Have a good day. Toodles.